Okay.
It's coming in beautifully. We are seeing full action shots here. I can see yours stirring the food items.
Great. So it's pretty straightforward. You just stir it all together. And then I have a baking sheet, or not a baking sheet, like a baking dish. And so I'm just gonna dump the rhubarb into that.
All the drama, is it all gonna go in? It did.
Yeah.
All right, and so that we'll just wait for the crumble to go on top. So for the crumble, I have 4 tablespoons of butter, so half a stick, and that's gonna go into the pot and melt. So I'll do that. It's hard to do this one-handed. Okay, so that's melting. And yeah, I guess the nice thing about something like the crumble is that, you know, any kind of fruit that's in season, you can just throw it in and then put the crumble on top.
That's true.
So like when peaches are in season, those are really good. And like apples are really good too.
Yeah, I can see it melt.
Yeah, it's melting like crazy.
It's sliding.
And I guess the other things that are going to go into here once the butter melts, there's sugar. I'm using like a turbinado sugar so that it's like a little bit crispy, like it has a little bit of texture to it. Oh shoot, my phone is running out of battery.
Oh no.
I just have to get my charger, I guess. I'll leave you guys here for a second.
Okay, sounds
We
good.
won't touch anything.
Oh, good. Gonna go into the crumble. There's oats and some whole wheat flour and some white flour and some chopped up almonds. So the next thing to do is to add the sugar into the butter. And just like stir it around until it kind of dissolves.
I have to be honest, I actually never know you can cook sugar with butter together. I'm sorry.
Oh wow, that's critical for desserts is sugar and butter. And then just dump everything else right in there. And stir that around. And then it'll get kind of clumpy. And that's gonna be the crumble topping. Let me see if I can. Trying to figure out the best way of doing this to like stir while holding my camera.
Yeah, I know.
If you have to set it down for a minute, we
Which
just use
setup
our
Kathy had, that was working really well when she did her thing.
Oh, yeah, Cassie was using her iPad as a holding device to hold her iPhone.
Oh, okay. I feel like I need like a something suspended from the top of my stove to like hold it above.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could consult with a mechanical engineer to create a system of pulleys and levers.
I know. My phone's doing a weird thing too, where it's like turning the screen off, so I can't really see what's going on. Okay, well, anyway, this is what it looks like. No, that's what I look like. This is what the crumble looks like, and now I'm gonna just put it on top of the rhubarb.
We should highlight that one. That one. Sorry.
Okay, so now the rhubarb is covered in crumble.
Oh, that's how they make the texture look like that. Okay.
And so now that's gonna go into the oven for like 30 to 40 minutes. It just has to get like crispy, and the rhubarb has to cook so it's nice and soft and like almost jammy inside. So the oven is at 400 degrees. Okay, so by the time we cook everything else, then dessert will be ready. Okay, so I guess the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make an egg salad kind of thing with some sliced up asparagus. And so I'll show you what I have for that. So there's some eggs that I already boiled and peeled. And then there's some walnuts. And I think I'm gonna toast them because they taste really nice when you toast the walnuts.
Oh, okay.
Cutting board doesn't go into the salad. There's asparagus, which is just like sliced up raw asparagus. I don't know, sometimes like I kind of forget that you can eat asparagus raw, but when it's fresh and you cut it up and put it in a salad, I think it's really good.
Oh, you could eat it raw. I didn't know that.
And then there's just a little pinch of hot pepper flakes to give it a little kick. Some lemon and some mint and some olive oil.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so let me try to figure out the best way of doing this if I can, because I have to chop some things, and I'm wondering if I don't know, if it's from, if you're looking from my laptop screen, if I like set something up here to chop some stuff, can you see it? Or if I angle it down maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'll do it that way then instead of on my phone.
Eddie, go ahead.
We can see the chopping board just fine. It looks like an action shot, kind of like a sports game. It's a good thing.
Oh, I forgot to set a timer on the crisp. Okay, make sure that doesn't burn. That's important. Okay, I'm gonna toast the nuts. So I'll put those in the oven for like 10 minutes. Okay, and then I'll cut up the eggs just like into chunks, bite-sized chunks.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not holding your phone while you do this.
Yeah, I would need a third arm. Yeah, so the eggs actually come from the CSA too, which is really nice. So you can, you know, be lazy and not have to go to the farmer's market.
Yeah. So when did you subscribe to CSA?
I did it for the first time when I was in grad school, and I've done it like here and there ever since then. I mean, I guess it's nice. Like, I like that it's supporting local farmers, and the vegetables are always really good. And I like I don't know, something like a radish is something that I don't think I normally would like pick out for myself if I was just buying vegetables, but I always end up really enjoying them when I get them.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, I guess maybe not everyone knows CSA. So if you don't mind telling us more about it, then
Yeah, so it stands for Community Supported Agriculture. And basically, it's just a farm share. And so every week throughout the growing season, so June to October, I think, you get a box every week with fresh vegetables, and it's just sort of whatever's in season. And this particular one delivers to our house. So it's really convenient, and it gets you to eat a lot of vegetables.
yeah, so every week you won't even know what you are gonna eat until Wednesday, right?
Yeah, so every Wednesday it comes, and I've been getting it enough now that I do have a pretty good sense of what's going to be in season. Like, the first couple of boxes are always going to have radishes and asparagus and rhubarb and lettuce. And then in the middle of the summer, at some point, you'll get like a ridiculous amount of zucchini.
Well, then Rosie would be pretty happy.
Yeah.
Waving behind Rosie.
Oh yeah, Rosie, someone else joined you behind you, so we're waving at him.
Watch out.
Bridget, is this lemon?
Oh yeah, just a lemon. That's not from the CSA. That's too exotic. Yeah, I like adding lemon to pretty much like anything that I'm cooking.
Mm.
Makes it taste really good.
So how does your husband like the CSA arrangement? Does he like having surprise vegetables every week or?
Oh yeah, he's been getting one for a while too. It was funny, when we first met, we were talking, and one of the first things that, I don't even know how it came up, but that we both got a CSA from the same farm before we knew each other.
Oh, that's how you two met each other. Okay.
Let me see if the walnuts are toasted yet. Okay, yeah, this should be toasty enough. I'm just gonna let them cool off for a minute because I don't want to burn my hands.
No, we don't want that to happen.
And then some olive oil. And you just give that a stir, and when the walnuts are a little bit cooler, I'll just chop them up and throw them in there. And then you have egg salad.
Oh, nice.
That looks really good. That's my kind of egg salad.
Yeah.
More asparagus than egg. That's good for me.
Actually, the house that I moved into has an asparagus plant in the yard, so it's been kind of fun, like growing my own asparagus.
No way, you grow your own asparagus. That's so cool.
I mean, I guess it grows itself. I just go out and sniff it every once in a while. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's that. And then I guess I'll do the radish green pesto. And so I like doing that because I don't like wasting the radish greens, but they have a kind of strong, like, bitter flavor. So I don't really, some people will like saute them, and I'll do that once in a while. Or sometimes people put them in a salad, but I think they're like a little bit too harsh for that. But the pesto kind of mellows it out in a nice way.
Oh, I see.
So let me just get my food processor.
We just have a new person who joined us. Hey, I'm Rita.
Hey, sorry, I'm so late. Sorry, I just realized, I didn't realize when it turned after 5.
No, that's okay. Yeah, Bridget suggested 5 because then after she cooks, she can start eating.
Yeah. That makes
Yeah. Oh, so every one of us shared what our favorite vegetarian dish is. So I'm gonna ask you, what is your favorite vegetarian dish?
I think what's coming to mind right now is vegetarian biryani.
Oh, that's a favorite. That's a very famous Indian dish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it usually chicken and rice? How do you make it vegetarian?
You cook it very much the same way. So you marinate vegetables in spices, and then you caramelize onions and throw it all in, and then put in rice that's been soaked in water, and then cook it in steam.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's very similar, but it has more veggies.
Oh, nice. Yeah, sounds tasty.
Thank you.
I guess, okay, this is all the radish greens. There's like a whole big colander full. So just throw that in. And I don't know, like, if this is common knowledge or not, but like basically anything green you can turn into pesto. So like the kind of traditional Italian pesto, I guess, is a basil pesto. But I've done it before with like arugula, or the tops of leeks make really, or not leeks, the tops of what's the thing? Fennel greens make really good pesto, or any kind of herbs. You could use like cilantro or whatever you have around. So all these greens go in, and then pinch of salt.
Bridget, I'm gonna ask a very stupid question. What is a pesto?
It's like, have you ever seen that green sauce on pasta?
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's on like a sandwich, like it'll be used, like where you could use mayo or something sometimes. Like,
yeah, it's really tasty. Yeah.
Let me get my cutting board. And so usually I'd use garlic, but since the spring onions came in my vegetable box, I'm gonna use those. And so I'll just chop it up a little bit before I throw it in. And then I usually just eyeball the amount of olive oil that I need to just make it the right kind of like creamy, saucy texture. So I'll just throw in some to start. And then I'm gonna mute myself so you don't have to hear the horrible food processor sound. Neat.
So we have another new person joined us, Miss Judith. And once she arrives, I will ask her what her favorite vegetarian dish is.
I'm gonna put some lemon in too.
That sounds great. Hi, Miss Judith. Welcome to join us.
Thank you. I forgot about it.
Okay, yeah.
I hope it's not too late.
No, she is going to get the action start. So everyone of
Good.
us shared what our favorite vegetarian dish is. So can I ask what's your favorite vegetable or what's your favorite vegetarian dish?
Say dry beans.
Oh, dried beans. Yeah, is that, I know you shared like a African dish with us where you use salmon and the roasted vegetable. Is dried beans also a kind of African dish or?
Yeah, we eat them a lot.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you cook them first and then you make a sauce. And yeah, it's nice. It's a staple dish.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe you
Yeah.
can show us sometime when you get a chance.
Yeah, one day. I won't do it on Zoom though. I am an in-person person.
Yeah, that's true.
So what is she doing now?
I'm making pesto with
Oh,
radish greens.
sounds good.
And so what, I had added almonds too. I forgot to mention that. And then I'm also gonna add in a little bit of honey, because like I was saying, the radish greens can be kind of bitter, and so I find just like a little bit of honey kind of sweetens it and makes it a little less harsh.
Okay, yeah.
So just like however much you want, you can add. This is a very like eyeballing it kind of recipe.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. I would probably put in hot pepper.
Such a quiet food processor.
Yeah. She muted herself so we don't have to hear the food processor voice. So Rita, how is your research going at home?
Oh, you're muted, Amrita.
It's going okay. I haven't been in lab for more than 2.5 months now. I've stopped counting weeks. So, so I haven't done any experiments for a long time, but I'm working on a perspective kind of article. So we had a question in mind and I'm sitting and doing a deep literature search and trying to trying to answer a question by doing almost like a meta-analysis. So reading what's out there and throwing everything to the wall and see what sticks and doing a big analysis. So that's been easy to do from home.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I haven't done any bench work in a very long time.
Yeah.
How about you? How about everyone else? This is, I think, my first in Zoom attendance. I've been interested in a lot of events, but every time something comes up, today I'm excited to be here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. Eddie has been joining us ever since we started this virtual event, and he just started his new job last week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, congratulations. And I think he really likes it.
Thank you.
Oh,
It's just a job. It's not a career, but it's getting me out of the house. It's giving me income, and it's getting me out among people again. Oh my God. The isolation is just killing me. I never expected this. I'm a recluse, and even I'm saying I want to just talk to people.
yeah, and I think Rosie is doing pretty well too. So she works for Penn State and help a lot of people with, I think with either mental issues and sorry, please correct me, Rosie. I know you work with outreach, but the specifics I kind of get mixed up a little.
Yeah, it's dementia, one of the dementia that's called Alzheimer. So 80% of 80% of the dementia cases are Alzheimer. So we are teaching Alzheimer, but right now, because it's a collaboration between the Alzheimer Association and Penn State Extension, it's kind of slower. We used to have in-person classes, and now it's more quiet in that case.
Yeah, that's really important work. We appreciate that. Kathy would like to talk to you, but her microphone has some issues today, so she just can't. I think Miss Judith is doing pretty well. She just showed us how to make some salmon dish, and today she joined us.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah, I think you're doing pretty well at home, right?
Oh, yeah. And I'm working too.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, we are selling some homes.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not easy to do your job at home, but you do it really well. She is a real estate agent. So
Yeah, we try. Yeah.
yeah,
it's
so
good.
yeah, so Bridget seems to be ready to showcase her food now.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
nice.
pesto. And you can eat it however you'd eat any other kind of pesto. You can put it on pasta. I put it on potatoes and it's really good. Or like on a sandwich, you could add it as a condiment. So this is like a nice thing just to have in the fridge, and if you don't know what to make for dinner, you just have it and throw it on.
So I have a question for Addie. Addie's favorite dish is pasta with tomato sauce. Would you trade your tomato sauce with this pesto, or?
I have honestly never tried pesto in my life. I'm very food limited. I'm not adventurous in that sort of thing. It's just my family. The British school of cooking basically is boil everything until it's gray and lifeless and disgusting. So I've never been a foodie.
Sorry.
I have to say, sorry, I cut you off. So my mom was raised on Irish cooking, which is very similar to British cooking. And when she was younger, she worked for an airline, so she got to travel a lot. And she went to Italy and she ordered some kind of pasta. She wanted to get pasta with tomato sauce, but they were out of it, and all they had was green spaghetti. And she was going on and on about like, oh, green spaghetti, this is disgusting. I don't want to eat green spaghetti. And my dad was like, just try it. And so when she tried it, she was like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever had. And she's been obsessed with pesto for her entire life since then.
Oh, that's a great story.
So maybe you'll like it.
Maybe I need to try some new things. I don't know.
You better.
I would start with basil pesto. It's a little less, I don't know. This has like some kind of strong flavors in it. The basil's a little more mellow, I think.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then I guess I'm gonna make one last thing. The bottoms of the radishes, the main part, I slice them up really thin, so they're thin like this. And then I like to saute them in butter, and just like a pinch of salt. And then that kind of also like mellows out some of the harsh radish flavor. And then I like to put that just on a piece of toast and eat it, and it's really good.
Oh, fancy.
So I guess you can see okay, right? The stove here.
I
Yep,
think
it's
so,
good.
yeah.
My almond
Yes.
today. So just all you need is a frying pan and heat it up, and then get some butter, however much you feel comfortable with. And then it's pretty straightforward. You just cook the radishes for a few minutes. And I guess I can make myself a piece of toast too.
Oh, there you go. I have to say, it's really impressive. You used up all the parts in radishes. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. Otherwise you just throw them in the compost, which is fine too, but it's nice to be able to use the different things. All right, so the butter is melted,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just dump the radishes in. Wipe the pesto off your spatula. And you just let them cook for a little bit, and I'll add a pinch of salt too. So when I first was getting a CSA and I didn't know what to do with all the radishes, I was asking my mom if she knew anything. And I don't know if this is true or not, but she told me that when French school children come home from school, their after-school snack is buttered radishes on toast. So that's the inspiration for this.
So how did your mom know what French kids eat after school?
I have no idea where she heard that information. I have never confirmed it with an actual French person.
So if your mom just punked you all those years ago and you've just been enjoying it ever since, and she made it up on the spot.
What was that?
Well, because your mom could have just punked you if she had just made that up years ago and you just really enjoyed it ever since.
That could be. Yeah, I mean, my mom definitely like made up things about food to get me to eat them when I was a kid.
That sounds like mom.
When I was little, for whatever reason, I didn't like hamburgers. I thought they were gross. And then my dad's softball team had a like family picnic thing, and they made hamburgers. And for some reason, I ate them at this picnic, and I was like, "Oh, those are really good." And my mom told me that that they had given her their special recipe for hamburgers. Whenever I would eat them, she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I made their recipe," but it was just the same hamburger she had always made. I'm pretty sure their special recipe was just like ground beef too. Like I don't think. My friend's kid really likes broccoli, and then any other green vegetable, she calls them broccoli friends, so that he'll eat them.
So what does she call like a radishes? Like it's vegetable, but it's not green. It's like.
I don't know. I'll have to ask her how she tricks them into eating it. It's funny, I hated vegetables growing up, like unless it was a boiled carrot or like boiled broccoli. I didn't really like very many vegetables, but then I don't know, in college all of a sudden I started eating a lot of vegetables.
Nice.
Which I guess is like a pretty healthy habit to pick up in college compared to what other people sometimes start doing in college.
Yeah, that's true.
My grandfather had a trick for me to eat broccoli. He told me to pretend that I was an Eddysaurus Rex. a huge dinosaur. And then the broccoli was a big tree, so that I would eat the broccoli because I'm this huge dinosaur, and dinosaurs have to eat to be big. So ever since, broccoli is one of my favorite vegetables.
Oh, I'm kind of jealous for people who have stories for how their family tricked them into eating things. When I was growing up in China, I was raised up by my grandpa. He said, "Oh, at my age, there are times when we don't have food to eat. So if you want me to trick you to eat things, that's not the case. Whatever I give you, you eat. Otherwise, there is no food." So, yeah, do you have a story where how your family tricked you to eat things?
I can think of.
Yeah. Rosie, what about you? Did your family trick you to eat things or?
No, we have the same system. Like I grew up with my grandparents, so whatever my grandma cooked, I had to eat it. There was no choice. If I didn't like it, I didn't have anything. So that's what I always tell my kids, because they are very picky and they always like moody eater. They want whatever they wish for. And I said, okay, but we don't have the ingredients. Can you go to the store and buy some? And I said, you know what? My grandma would never do this to me.
Yeah.
So I don't think they use any tricks.
Yeah. What about you, Rita? Did you know?
No, I mean, if I didn't like something, I would just have to, unless I was really allergic or really my mom was convinced that I was really stuffed or sick or something. Usually you just had to eat what you got. And I think Indian parents use this technique of when you're meeting other relatives or guests, they'll complain about your food habits and embarrass you slightly. So that teaches you to not complain too much about food. So like, yeah, so when we visited my aunts or something, oh yeah, she's so picky. She's it's such a headache feeding her this, and I'll be like, no, but I'm a good, like, you want to get a compliment when you see relatives. So that was my inspiration as a kid, to just eat everything.
That's so funny. Yeah. What about you, Miss Judith? Do you have a story of have family?
We were many kids, so whatever they cooked, it's what we ate. So yeah, and it was good food anyway. So I never had a problem with food, and my kids also ate whatever I cooked.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't have time to go through everybody's picking this, picking that. No, I had no time for that. With 3 kids, they ate whatever I fed them.
Yeah. So yeah, Bridget. So I guess you taught us how to cook 4 different dishes using 3 vegetables. Yeah. So what are you gonna eat tonight?
I'll probably have some of the eggs, and I'm gonna eat these radishes because they're hot, and then I'll have the rhubarb for dessert.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. Do you mind if you do like a closed caption really quick for what you come up with right now?
Oh yeah, sure. Like, do you mean a picture or just show everything?
Can you do both? Can you take a picture later and send it to me, but also show us what you come up with using your phone?
Oh yeah, sure. The rhubarb's about to be done, so I'll get that out of the oven.
Oh yeah. That's exciting. She actually cooked dessert first, so that's a good habit since dessert usually takes the longest. I know it's impossible, but I feel I can smell it.
Well, we're right down the road.
Hopefully I'm not like burning something you can smell across town. There's the rhubarb.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the crumbles look so good.
I'll get everything together and then take a picture on my phone. show you guys. This is my little, like, the thing to rest my spatulas on the stove. It's a radish.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that looks so good.
Here's everything. This is the eggs and asparagus. This is the radishes and butter with a piece of toast. And the radish green pesto. And the rhubarb crisp.
Wow, nice. Yeah. I see Amrita give
I'm
you
hungry.
I'll have to leave some outside my door for everybody.
Yeah, that looks so good. I
Nice.
Yeah, and I wonder, so I'm sure people have some questions for you, but before that, is it okay if we take a group picture quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so
One second.
yeah, if it's okay with everyone, I'm gonna take a group picture. So, oops, I think Miss Judith was having trouble. So 3, 2, 1. Cheese. Oh, everyone looks so good. Thank you. Yeah, so do you have any questions for Bridget, like any vegetable or non-vegetable related questions? I have to say I'm really impressed. Like, I didn't know she knows how to cook because I mean she's an engineer just like me, and I was thinking, oh, probably she's just as limited at her cooking skills, but it turns out she's really good. I'm slowly learning too, but nowhere as good as you.
Oh, well, you haven't tasted it, so.
Yeah. So you would have surprised us, Bridget, if you had decided instead of making the rhubarb crumble, you had made a radish crumble. Have you ever tried that?
I can't say I have, but I mean, like, carrot cake works. Maybe you can make a radish cake or something.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, this is so, yeah, I mean, I should leave you to your dinner, but before we say goodbye, does anyone else want to share something of their week or like just in general or anything? Oh,
I thought we would just sit here and watch Bridget eat egg salad.
oh, we could do that too. I do see like a cat just joined us. Yeah, she looks so cute.
Actually, he is a he.
Oh, it's a he. I'm sorry.
His name is Josh.
Hi, Josh.
He acts like a dog sometimes and tries to follow me everywhere.
Oh, that's the best kind of cat.
Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah,
So
so
thanks for the inspiration, Bridget, because Hungarians eat a lot of radishes, but we always eat it raw. So I would never try to saute it in the butter, but I will definitely try it because it looks so delicious.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I like it that way. It's good in salad too, but a little different.
yeah.
I want to try that.
Yeah. So Amrita, are you in State College or are you in?
I'm fine. I'm back. We're back in State College. Last Saturday we were driving back, so I missed the event last week.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I know sometimes you stay in State College, sometimes you go to your husband's house. So
yeah, he is here too, but he's finishing up some work, so maybe he'll join us next time. But yeah, so we've been here together most of the time in State College during the lockdown, but he hadn't been back to his apartment for 2 months, so we decided we would go spend some time there. So we were there for a couple of weeks and then we drove back. We were there for as long as we could with a car load full of grocery that we took from here because we didn't want to go to a grocery store there and like expand our circle of exposure.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I can't believe how long you have been married. I mean, it's
I know it feels weird.
it's like 2 months now, right?
Yeah, 2.5 March 20th. So yeah, almost 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're an old married couple now.
We're an old, yeah. I mean, we probably spent more time, like we probably have spent this much time together in a year, if things were normal. So.
Were you able to have your wedding on the 20th, or did you have to have like a small?
Oh yeah, no. So we were our wedding was scheduled for April, end of April, but we realized pretty early on that we'd have to postpone. And then he was here in State College and things hadn't yet shut down. So we just got legally married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Last week, my friend Divyanshi talks about her wedding in India. So because she is she and her husband were from different not different.
Yeah. He's from Bengali region. She's got family from Delhi and from Rajasthan, and so they had different cultures.
Yeah.
And they had to do 6 days of rituals to be able to get in all of her North Indian customs and all of his East Indian customs into one big ceremony.
Yeah. So maybe it's a good thing that you don't have to worry too much.
Yeah. I am also Bengali, so same as her husband. And Bengali weddings take 3 days. There are 3 days full of rituals, and I'm sure her North Indian weddings probably also had like 2 or 3 days. So if you do all of them together, then Indian weddings, they're fun. I don't know. I love attending them. I never felt crazy about having one of my own because the bride and groom are constantly in rituals and doing things. And I don't know that I could handle that for 3 days. So.
Yeah, she said she had a huge debate with her mom for what she needs to do and what she doesn't want to do.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, so we will eventually. We were planning on doing an India, like when we go back to India, a reception, but a small. Since both of us are not Bengali, it's easier. Like we only do a few of the Bengali rituals, but we will do some Bengali rituals, and we will have or we had planned, and hopefully we'll do it whenever coronavirus is like. Whenever it's settled down and it's responsible to have large gatherings again, we'll just do it then. So we're gonna have an American ceremony and a small Indian ceremony.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that's
Good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for everyone who joined us today. And Bridget will send me her delicious food picture, and I will share it with everyone. And I will also share her recipe with you all. I have everyone's email, so I will send the recipe to all of you through email.
Hey.
Hey,
Okay.
John, welcome. Welcome to join us. How are you doing, John?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, you look good. You had a haircut.
Yeah.
Thanks to me.
Oh. Yeah, you did such a good job. Yeah,
I am proud of it because it was the first time I gave a haircut to anybody. So yeah, I'll take that
Very
compliment.
well.
yeah, I tried to do one. I think not my. I will do better next time.
Oh no, it's almost all healed.
Andy, you laughed a little too hard.
So this is how he's thanking you, no? John, you have to be nicer.
Yeah.
She did her
I'm
best.
not taking chances. I'm letting it grow. I'm gonna have it halfway down my back probably at some point.
That's right.
Yeah. John, we just heard that you two get a really nice small wedding, and congratulations. And maybe one day you will have another one. That sounds really nice.
Yeah, we're like bookending COVID. Like at the beginning of the shutdown, we had the legal wedding, and at the end of the COVID, like once there's a vaccine and or a treatment, then we'll have our so it's like our wedding is bookending the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. What a great story to tell your kids one day. Yeah.
We picked pictures with the mayor of Bellefonte,
Yeah, it ended up being, yeah, the mayor of Bellefonte.
who's the only one willing to officiate our wedding.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Of officiants. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. We decided to do it at a courthouse here and we got a date, but just the day before. So in Pennsylvania, you have to wait 3 days after applying for a license before they hand it to you. So we applied for the license and made an appointment at a court with a judge who could officiate the wedding. And then a day after we did that, they called us back saying they're not allowing people in anymore. So then we tried going through the list again. And the last person on the list was the mayor of Bellefonte. And we said, well, that's even less likely, but why we wanted to try the whole list. And then he said, oh yeah, sure. Let's do it at a park in Bellefonte. And then
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we got married too.
Talia.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The kids in Belfont were so excited. They were like, Chinese.
Oh, wow. Well, that's such a cool coincidence.
Yeah.
Married in the same place. Yay.
Yeah, now they see you Indian too. So. And yeah, Bridget, thank you so much for showing us how to make 4 different dishes today. And
Yeah, thanks for coming.
yeah, let us know.
Thank you.
Yeah, let us know how you like them and how your husband liked them.
Yeah, hopefully I can cook for you for real one day.
That would be so great. Yeah. Yeah. Well, everyone have a good evening.
Thank you.
You too, everyone. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Week.
Have a good night, all.
Yeah.
Yeah.